The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, The Money Masters.
Let's go to Shivan in Boston. Shivan, what's happening, brother?
I'm watching you both on Tiger TV.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, definitely it is. Learning a lot from Tiger.
Now, your Money Masters, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We appreciate all you tigers and tigresses growling and prowling out here with us. Right now, you got the Dow down to 77, Nasdaq's down a couple. Got the S&P's off 8. We have gold down at 940. Silver's off 34. Bonds are up a point, trading at 151. King dollar up 37 ticks at 83.21. The euro is down 14. And bottom line, European Central Bank Draghi has no clothes. he has no clothes, folks. Bottom line is that, he's out there yapping last week, trying to pump them up. Pumping, he did a good job. He pumped the markets up, no doubt about it.
Yes.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yes.
And the bottom line, folks, he came out this morning and he says, hey, listen, geez, I didn't get to Macy's. I don't have any clothes.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Hey, but you know what? So and look, I'm not the only one to call him Super Mario. But,
cool.
what I did share with, did you ever, when your kids were growing up when they were young and Nintendo came out with the Mario Brothers, did you ever play that game?
Listen to this. Not only played it, okay, so this is a sick story. So Tommy was into it in a huge way, right?
There you go, there's the music.
Yeah, and the addiction was huge.
Yeah.
What I actually did at one point, I would come home at lunch and play it.
Did you really?
I did.
Oh, you gotta love it.
I did.
Okay.
I love that game.
So that's you and just pretty much all the listening audience.
Yeah,
probably.
totally.
You hear that music and you're like, oh yeah, I remember that. Christmas morning or what have you. Well,
totally.
that game came out by Nintendo.
Okay, right.
Okay, now
right.
Which is a Japanese company.
Sure, yeah.
And all Japanese companies, their name means something.
Okay.
Do you know what the name Nintendo means?
No.
It means leave luck to heaven.
Wow.
Leave like the Super Mario. So the world was leaving. That's the whole Super Mario deal.
Oh,
which is just pretty crazy. You had the stage set.
Right.
Right.
Well, this is one of the Tigers brought this up in the den earlier this morning. That this is and what it is, folks. This is a replay of 2007, 2008, and it's also replaying fundamentally. And the way it's replaying fundamentally is this. Do you remember whether it was Greenspan, whether it was Paulson?
Yes.
Don't worry about the sub-debt. Don't worry about the market. Don't worry about anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was the mantra for a full year, over and over and over. And this is the same thing. And what we're talking about specifically, if you didn't hear it, folks. So, Draghi, the European Central Bank guy, is out there saying, bottom line, is that he's going to do anything, the bank's going to do anything and everything to save the euro. Well, the thing that they have to do in order to save the euro is print euros.
Right.
They come out this morning. So you know what his statement is this morning? His statement is this morning. Let me get the exact statement because it's a riot.
Must stand ready to activate.
Yeah. Oh no, that's the second one.
That's the second one.
That's
okay,
even better.
Right.
That's the one about the thing you're always bringing up the fund.
The EFSF.
Yeah, the ESSF. This is even funnier what Steve's saying, folks, because when this got announced, I think it got announced a year ago, and it.
No.
Longer?
26 months ago.
Oh, this is
26 months
okay.
is when the European Financial Stability Fund was created.
Right.
Which is really a trip.
And it isn't activated yet.
Time flies. I know.
It's not activated yet. So, I mean, that's about as over. So, you have that going. You have the aspect that, the countries themselves, folks, what they have to do is give up their sovereignty in order to do that. And, it's not going to happen. That's the bottom line.
Yes.
Now, market-wise out here, this is going to be wild watching what's happening market-wise because the market, the S&Ps were down big.
Yes.
The S&Ps are running back, so let's see what we have happening. If we get a dead cat bounce or, in fact, they're going to try to jam this thing. Okay, so the future S&P today, we've gone from 1383 to 1356. Man, that's a trip. Back to 1365. And right now, it's got no juice. Okay, so the S&P has no close also. So what you have is this, folks. You get a high volume low at 1356. and you do just want a dead cat bounce. Oh, and look what it's doing. Oh, my God. Okay, so check this out.
There you go. Now you're benchmarking.
Oh, benchmarking in a big way. Okay. So what it's doing is this, folks. Well, the downdraft from yesterday at 10 past 2, when the Fed came out with the announcement, that low there was 1367.75.
Yes.
We had come down there with 167,000 contracts. Well, guess what? We hit the 1365.50 thus far, and you're doing it with 74,000 contracts. See ya. Don't want to be ya. Okay, now, night trading.
Yeah, oh, my God. How's that for a day?
Okay, so now check this out.
440 million or so.
Now, this is where, folks, okay, it's KCG. Now, this is where they come out this morning. Now, this is...
You got to be careful when you get, because you got KCG and KGC, right?
I know, believe me.
Got the whole Russian thing.
That's right. That's right. Now, so what you have here, folks, is this, is that they are market makers. Their software went haywire yesterday, and they are going to have a $440 million loss. Now, the first announcement they came out this morning with was that, hey, listen, you know, we understand that, but our broker-dealer subsidiaries, okay, have not violated any of the technical rules for net capital.
Okay.
What happens with broker-dealers, folks, is that there's a certain net capital that they have to keep in order to stay in business. And what the rule specifically is this, is that the second, and I'm talking about the second, that they are under that, and they know they're under that,
yes,
they have to report to the FINRA, they have to report to the SEC, and they have to shut down. That second.
Okay.
Flat out. Now, they come out...
That's intense, huh?
Now, listen to this, because I was already all over this. And I'm going to show you something that the regulators are not on again, okay? And what they're saying is that they have not violated any of the net capital rules.
Okay.
Well, if you go back, their last 10K,
yes,
okay, from March 31st, if you look, I looked at their balance sheet this morning,
yes,
and I'd love to know, it doesn't say that they did something overnight to go get money.
Okay.
Because they're saying they lost $440 million.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Guess what they're... On their balance sheet as of March 31st, they had $356 million.
Okay. Okay.
So the bottom line is that in the next 24 hours, you're either going to hear that someone came in and financed them.
Yes.
And or that's
Close it down.
That's it.
Oof.
Yeah. Because I am absolutely not the only one that went to that balance sheet that quick. Because when you understand technically what they have to do in order to basically stay in business, now the way Night Capital set up is that you have the capital formation company.
Yes.
And then you have the subsidiaries underneath it. Now, what they could have done, which I suspect they did do, is that they could move money out of a few other companies and BK those and try to get it in there.
Yeah.
So they're gonna take someone deep. That's the bottom line. So we'll see where that shakes out. But I suspect. And
what are they saying exactly? What went wrong? Are they, what?
They're saying that they're soft. They're not saying much.
Okay.
But I'm familiar with the software that market makers use.
Yeah.
So what happens is this. You can do two different... Well, this is just not market makers, folks. This is anyone that is trading a lot, okay? What they do is this, is that let's say that... let's just bring up a stock. If I bring up Microsoft or something, okay? MSFT, okay? What would end up happening is that, Microsoft is up 3 pennies right now. There's more than there's a couple different ways that they can put inside their software and turn around and say, okay, every time that there's a bid or an offer at 1 increment or 2 increments of pennies,
right.
I want to bid over that by 1 penny, 2 pennies, 3 pennies.
Yeah.
Now, there's also inside that software you can put it as a number or a percentage.
Okay.
Someone put it as a percentage.
Okay.
Because they put it as a percentage starting off the day instead of a number, and boom.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when you look at the equities, all the equities went a percentage on the first get-go out.
Yes. Now, there were 6 equities or so, right, that they specifically identified?
That They broke all the trades.
Would you know which equities those were?
I did, but I don't have them in front of me.
Okay, yeah,
now, and the reason, now watch how this goes, and this is why I'm thinking it's also a percentage, is that it's because they were bid up anyway.
Yeah.
See, if they bid up or bid down, then you're going a percentage over that versus the number over that.
When the circuit breaker's supposed to kick in.
Well, no, it would just be they didn't go. Well, that's right. That would have went over 10%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, the thing that's pretty. Anyway, it's the thing where they weren't thinking, and this is where they didn't have experienced traders. The computers were doing it, and whoever is in charge of that desk wasn't an experienced trader. See, because what they could have done, ASAP, is they could have went into the option market, right?
Yeah.
And you know what? No, that would have compounded. It wouldn't have compounded it, but legally it might have compounded it. Because what I was just going to say is that what you could do is this. See, when it got bid up like that, they could have went to the option market and sold the calls.
Yeah.
But no,
things were probably moving so darn quick.
No, they could have done it, but could you imagine the scandal after that? No,
I think they just pull the plug.
Well, no, well, that's what they did. They say that's what they did. So,
Oh my God.
877-927-6648.
Talk about having a bad day, huh?
Bad day. That's right. No doubt. Yeah. And there's a question in the den. If KCG fails, who benefits? I don't think it's a conspiracy. I think it's listen, that's the business, folks, of the trading business. At any 1 second, okay, when you are moving big numbers, you always have to be cognizant that you can blow up.
Yeah.
And if you're not, and you're a heavy player, you're in trouble because you will blow up.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. That's the sickest thing about why the banks should not be able to have unlimited money. Because there's no two ways about it. When you have unlimited money, the bottom line is that, hey, I'm gonna press it again, man. Give me a break.
Absolutely.
Now, the DAX, this is the market itself, is basically, let's see. So at the NDX, this is green. This is green.
I think it's only down 72.
So Green Mountain's bringing the NDX back.
Exactly.
Now Mountain.
That's okay.
GMCR. So that's a dead cat bounce extraordinaire. Green Mountain just has gone from $115 down to $15, $16 last night. Green Mountain can bounce to $24.40. It has 87 million shares at $24.40. So forget it. It doesn't mean a thing. Let's go take a look at the 3 Qs, though, and let's see what we have inside here. So the 3 Qs have got to 10 million shares. And what exactly are they doing? They're not going to handle it either. We got a high volume low from this morning. The high volume lows from this morning. That's the magnet, folks. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate all you tigers and tigresses growling and prowling out here with us. We get the Dow down 52, Nasdaq's up 6, S&Ps are down 4. We're going to be right back.
Kate Stalter's exciting newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, has just launched, and now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial. Every Wednesday afternoon, Kate sends out her weekly newsletter to her subscribers where she focuses on small cap stocks with market caps under $2 billion, as well as low-priced equities with share prices ranging from $5 to $12. Kate tracks a variety of stocks with a combination of strong technical support and solid fundamentals. Many of the stocks featured will be recent IPOs. These newer issues are often some of the biggest price gainers in the market and provide an excellent opportunity for substantial gains if timed correctly. You can catch Kate Stalter live on Tiger TV with her small cap roundup every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and visit TFNN.com right now to get your 2-week free trial to her brand new newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, while locking in the low introductory monthly rate of only $37.50 per month, almost a 50% discount. Act now.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, Kate Stalter, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You've always taken the long view when it comes to investing, but what if there's an opportunity right under your nose? What if you could be more responsive to market trends to seek to boost your portfolio performance right now while seeking to reduce your overall risk? At Direction Funds, we connect investors with alternative strategies that seek to maximize their returns. Smart investors deserve smart alternatives. Find yours at directionfunds.com. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risk charges, and expenses of Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Funds. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact the Direction Funds at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows. Plus, see all the charts as they happen live during those shows and have access to archives of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
Millionaires are made every day. The fact is, living your dreams is possible. Someone, somewhere is going to get rich. My recommendation is, let that be you. Each day, someone is making the decision to better themselves and creating a plan to fulfill their financial dreams. Let that be you. The key to turning dreams into reality is to take massive action. Let that be you. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Master Show with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN, and I can help you with your journey to great wealth. I'll show you how to create the ultimate financial edge, a set of tools, insights, and strategies that are part of my daily newsletter service, Mastering Probability. You'll have direct access to me by phone, email, and my private library of trading and investing secrets for 30 days with an unconditional money-back guarantee. I'll take your trading to the next level. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage at TFNN.com and turn your dreams into reality. Mastering Probability, folks. Let that be you.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. Folks, if you haven't test drove the Nadex platform yet, this is the perfect day, okay, to come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to see the Nadex banner on the right-hand side. Hit the banner. You bring up the platform. They'll put $25,000 of funny money in it. You'll really be able to understand how this works. And the reason I'm saying it today is that you just got this bouncing the way back up. And just go get one of those spreads out there in the small caps and just sell the spread. Bottom line is that you're going to see all that the small caps have just done here. If we come back up, well, first off, okay, this is what's really cool. The Russell 2000, the last 2 days, huge accelerated volume.
Yes,
yes. And so the small caps right now, they got into the 76.22 area, 76.27. But guess what? 76.22's the swing low, okay? And we get accelerated volume already, okay? If you actually go take a look at the Russell, what you have is this, is that yesterday you came into the swing low with 347 million versus 225.
Yes.
Today's going to be more. So what you're going to see is that this is where this really gets cool. See, because you can absolutely go into that swing low with heavier volume.
Yes.
And then it can still reject it and go up.
Right.
But guess what? If that's what happens, folks, you go right back down. Okay? That's the first one. The second one...
Because you're coming in with volume.
Because you're coming in with volume.
That's right.
And now the second one would be that if you come in with lighter volume, but I can see how everything's already trading. It's going to be heavier volume. So your probability is dramatic that you're going to be back down there before the end of the day. So if you come over to our website at TFNN, you just hit the Nadex banner. You're going to you can open up the account. It's free to open up the account, and we'll watch.
You're right. It is the perfect day to be able to first go over there and test out the system.
Totally.
And then, folks, you can also stay tuned from 1 to 2. You got a full hour of live trading instruction with Daryl Martin out there.
Big time. Let's go to Rick in Tampa. Hey, Rick, what's going on?
Hello, Tom. Hello, Steve. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. Thanks for calling, man.
Could you take a look at this stock for me? Ticker symbol Baxter International.
Let's take a look. We got Baxter International. This is the manufacturer market. Okay, so what's a drug company?
Yes.
Medical company. The low out here is 47. The high is 60. And let's see what we got here. Okay. Okay, so what are we looking to do here?
Tom, I entered the stock end of May at 50, 62.
Okay.
I was hoping for it to go to 60. Do you think it will get there?
Well, it already got there. You were 4 pennies away.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I see it. Okay. Is it the run over on this thing, or?
Yeah, I take your money.
Okay.
Well, what it's done, it's made a 100% move. You know, did it with some pretty decent, with a nice candle and nice volume on July 27th. You know, but this is also one of those stocks pushed up there by the Draghi comments. I think that's the same day that everything was out there. And it had volume going in there, so it had 5.1 million going into, you know, that swing point that had 2.1 and couldn't bust it up. So, you know, you should be careful. Especially you got a nice profit in it. You said you bought it at $50, it's trading at 58, so you got 15% into it. That's a good day.
Where do you see this thing pull back to?
This is a dangerous stock, man. You'll be able to get back into the stock somewhere down around $47.
Okay.
What you're dealing with is this. I just put this on a couple-year weekly, okay? April of 2010, it goes from 59 to 40 with 90 million shares. It gets all the way back up with 19 million. Comes back down, wasn't bad. Comes back up, wasn't bad. And then all of a sudden, on the April 20th, that seller's back, man.
And then what you can do is you can go take a look at the monthly chart. So the monthly chart basically telling you the same picture there. April 30th, you've got a big downdraft, you know, 200 million shares. And the high of that was 59.95. And what did you get up to last week? 59.96.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, the volume last week was 68 million shares going against 199 million shares. No way. So that gave you the signal right there that you were at the top of the range.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate it.
Okay,
pleasure.
man.
Our pleasure.
Have a great one. Have a safe one.
Bye-bye.
So Dow right now is only off 20. NASDAQ is up 12. You got the S&Ps almost positive. We're going to have a nice volatility out here today. We already have, but it's going to get even heavier. 877-927-6648. We have the Dow up 19, S&Ps a flat, and I got a great IBM story when we're coming back.
Oh, perfect.
We'll be right back, folks. You stay right there.
Would you like a personal update from Tom O'Brien as to what equities he's trading and what his daily trading plan is before the market opens each morning? Every market day, Tom O'Brien sends out his daily newsletter, Market Insights, to hundreds of subscribers that rely on his daily recommendations when it comes to navigating these highly volatile markets we're dealing with. As recently as May 21st, Market Insights subscribers closed out all 5 open positions for a combined profit of over 68% in one day. Profits ranged from 6.5% to over 24%, and all of these trades had been been initiated within the previous 30 days. Now is the perfect time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's explosive trading newsletter, Market Insights, an $85 value. Tom breaks down the market each morning with his market take and provides trade recommendations including precise stops and target profit zones, leaving nothing left to guessing. Log on to tfnn.com today and sign up for your 2-week free trial. Make sure you're a subscriber the next time Market Insights subscribers close out multiple winning trades. Take action and sign up for your free trial today. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of tfnn.com and sign up now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate all you tigers and tigresses growling and prowling out here with us. Right now, you get the Dow down 35, Nasdaq's up 11, S&Ps are down 3, and
as we were talking during the break, the euro, folks, is still basically very close to its session lows. So you get the market, okay, bouncing back here. But currency-wise, you know, and you take a look at King Dollar here, that thing has had quite a run today.
Yep.
You know, from lows to highs. The euro trading near its session lows here. The euro is not done going down.
Right. And what you have, folks, this is so cool because it's a total replay. You know, you get the volatility on the way down, almost makes it back, gives everyone hope, and then smokes it again.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, when I looked up to see when because it's funny because our minds are thinking alike, you know, and I'm like, because I'm trying to remember, you know, I remember exactly where I was when they announced the EFSF.
Yes.
But I couldn't remember, you know, I was like, God, it just seems like it was really just, you know, yesterday.
That's amazing.
And I went and looked it up and found out, you know, it was formed May 9th, 2010.
Wow.
I was like, for 26 months we've been eating this?
Yeah, I know. Amazing,
I mean, how many times can they're gonna replay it as often as they can, right?
No, big time. Big time.
Yeah.
So we have the technology update, of course, with David White every Friday, right?
Yes, yes.
Well,
okay, your IBM story.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay.
So, what a few years ago, folks, one of our neighbors, that's more than a few years, about 5 years ago right now. Bottom line is that he was a big IBM guy. Now, I didn't know exactly what he did, but I knew we went to his wedding, and the president of IBM wasn't there, but the vice president, they were all there.
Yeah.
Bottom line, great guy.
Yes.
Last night was his birthday.
Oh, cool.
And he just retired. He's 55. He just retired, right? So it was over the house. Now, check this out. This is amazing. I got to get him on. This is just an amazing story. This is the guy that in 2000, IBM at that point was number 5, folks, in the aspect of what kind of chips they were making, what kind of memory they were making, the whole bit.
Yeah.
This is the guy that developed the chip and changed the whole business. Okay? And so in his house, he was showing me. I was looking at this. I said, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And what he did is, so picture this. He was 41 at the time. And he's evidently a brilliant engineer.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
And IBM was trying to get on top again. Well, bottom line is that he said that he thought he could do it for them, right?
Yeah.
And guess what the proposal was, though? He needed $1 billion.
Oh, okay.
$1 billion with the B.
Cool.
Bottom line, they gave him $1 billion to get the team going to do it. And part of it, and this is where it was sacrilegious for IBM, but this is what ended up working out. Part of it was, at that point, Hitachi was either number 1 or number 2 in the memory part of it. They wanted to make so you get the chip part of it. I got to get this right. You get the chip part of it, which is the intelligence, I guess, then the memory part of it, right?
Okay, yeah.
So what his idea is that in order to change the whole dynamic and make everything, and this had to do with speed, folks, the speed of processes and, how to process it, how to get the speed in it.
Yes.
And so he decided that he was going to try to make a deal with Hitachi. And IBM at that particular point never wanted to make deals with anyone.
Yes.
So he goes over to Japan, says to Hitachi, bottom line, I want to talk to you. I want to make a deal with you. So he said he went back 3 or 4 times. So Hitachi says to him, why would I want to make a deal? Hitachi, I think, was number 1 with number 5.
Yeah.
And he says, it's simple. He says, if we were number 1, you wouldn't. He says, we wouldn't make a deal with you.
Yeah.
He says, but if
now's the time.
Now's the time.
That's right.
We put this together. Bottom line, what does Hitachi do? So Hitachi says, well, what do we need? He says, I need $100 million. He says, because I want you to turn around and you're gonna develop the whole memory part of it. And as my team's developing the whole chip part of it, okay, we're gonna combine that, and that should be the best chip ever. Bottom line is that it worked.
Oh, that's cool.
And so for it's amazing. So listen, you talk about ingenuity, folks. You talk about the United States. You talk about all of it. It's so cool. But the amount of time, listen to this. You talk about a commitment. It took 4.5 years.
Yes. Okay.
With, I think he said he had over 200 engineers himself. Now listen what he had to do, though. This is cool business-wise, folks, because he was explaining how this had to come down. Because engineers, are so analytical.
Yes.
Okay. What he had to do is that he had to get, he's an engineer, so he knows. He had to get all these engineers together. And then what he filtered in between them is just people that had other skills so that the engineers could basically talk to the other engineers without saying, no, this has to be the way it is.
For sure.
And bottom line is it worked. What a great story, man. I mean, it was just an amazing, and, I'm going to get him on so he can really explain how that business works, because, and you talk about, oh my God, it was amazing, man.
Yeah. Well, he had to have a blast,
He did.
Really.
He did.
Having the vision, seeing that opportunity out there, understanding that potential.
Right.
And then having the backing. I'm sure he probably had a few sleepless nights along the way.
Oh, many.
Right?
Oh, no.
Because it's never, success is never as easy.
Oh, no. His job was on the line. I mean, if it didn't work, he was going to be fired.
Absolutely.
Period. And of course, he wasn't. And I was looking at the IBM, the shareholders' books. I mean, he's right on the cover, on the front page with the president.
Yeah.
But it's amazing that You know, and that's what makes this country, man. And now this guy, this is what's really cool, too. So picture it. We're a country full of immigrants, right? He grew up in India. I know his mother. I know his brothers.
That's cool. That's cool.
He came over here. His parents got them over here. I mean, that's what just makes it happen, man. It's so cool, man. It's just amazing.
No. Absolutely.
Let's go to Tom in Montclair.
Good story.
Let's hey, Tom, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on? What do you got for Vale? V-A-L-E.
V-A-L-E. Oh, this thing is dead meat, man.
What are you trying to do here, Tom?
I was just thinking about buying it down the road.
Yeah. Let's make it a nice, big, long road. So, Vale, folks, this is one of the largest metals companies in the world. Base metals. You know, we're talking everything. We're talking iron ore, gold, nickel, copper, aluminum, potash, the whole ball of wax. They also own the terminals. They own everything, but the stock is dead meat, man.
Who's going to jail for manipulating the dollar this morning?
Who's going to jail for manipulating the dollar? Why, you think the dollar's getting manipulated?
Oh, no, you don't think they fooled around with it since last Thursday when it was almost at 84 and they just bring it down a whole point? You don't think they fool around with the euro and the dollar? Is Geithner going to jail for that, or Bernanke?
I don't think they do.
You don't think they fool around with the dollar? Okay, come on. Everything's done before the market opens and closes.
Listen, you know what? You can. The sad part about this conversation, folks, these conversations take place when you don't even trade it, okay? When you're trading the futures every day, the market is bigger than anyone, okay? And if you think for a second that they can manipulate it every day, I would say no. Can the Fed come in and buy and sell it?
The government
Absolutely.
has the government team. When Nixon got elected, or Reagan, they have the working men. They're there. They give money to all institutions to keep the markets up and play games with it. You don't think they're playing games with the market for the past 2 years? When you think it should be down, it's up, this, that. You don't think they're screwing around with the market?
I think you got to take a happy pill, man. Have a good one, man. Have a safe one.
Bye.
Anyways, the answer, $9.99.
Oh, yeah. No,
on that stock. So there you go. And it's trading at $18 right now.
The thing that's wild, folks, is this, is that company, okay, now that's a situation, VALE, that you'd look at it and say, okay, this is an absolutely great company, and it is. There's no two ways about it. Picture, they get monopolies in Brazil beyond belief. I mean, they own the maritime terminals. They own the railroads, okay? They own the resources. But guess what? It's going down. Okay? That's the bottom line. You know, it's an equity that has started from... I follow this. This is still in the gold report. I mean, we've owned this I've owned this at least 6 times.
Yeah.
And you know what? We've made good money on it, but we haven't owned it for a year and a half. Because, I mean, it's just not there.
Yeah.
You know? When it gets to $11, good. And $11, by the way, where Steve's going, is the lows of 2008. That's where it's going.
That's right.
You know? That's where the market's going, too. Not quite all the way down there.
Yeah. Well, look, here the disconnect here with regard to what you do see in the marketplace is you just can take a look at the euro. The euro basically very close to its session lows, so expect the market to start moving back down here. DAX is off, looks like about 75 points right now. The DAX, what's interesting about the DAX here is it is flirting with getting outside of its May 2nd swing point here. So we'll see where this thing closes here by the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting, man. So it's getting back inside. It's not inside.
It got below it. It got below May 2nd, but it's still dealing with this, which is pretty amazing, this uptrend channel.
Yeah.
That it keeps trying to get in, get out. So it's eventually going to bust loose.
Yeah, and there goes the small caps.
It's eventually going to bust loose here.
Yeah. Bust loose. Hey, listen, folks, you know what happened this morning? This is pretty cool. The trading gods took over Steve's computer.
Oh, they sure did. I'm telling you.
So listen to this. This is great. I walk in the studio, right? And, what ends up happening is that we all have a couple screens, but I take my laptop and then it comes up on the screen. And I'm saying, man, this market's coming back a little. Then I look over to Steve's computer. I'm saying to myself, man, hold it. His market's down 119, and mine's only down 75.
And so when I told Tom, I said, my computer's just telling you the future.
Yeah, totally.
And I appreciate a couple folks sent me some emails in the den and said, hey, you say the market's down here, CNBC there. So I've tried to figure out what's going on with the system. And the futures are right, but I can't figure out what's going on with the headline number here.
Well, you know,
I think it's just telling the future.
I like the idea. I like the idea of that, man.
Yeah, that's how you really make some money.
Oh man, let me tell you. You gotta love it. Well, what's interesting, what I said to Steve though, is this, folks, and this is what does happen when you start getting fast markets.
Yeah.
And you know, just like you know the glitch yesterday.
Yes.
For some reason, when there is high volatility and we are going south in a big way, this is the way that it happens.
Yeah,
you know, you get.
Because you've seen it happen before.
I have.
Because
you've
got multiple trading platforms, so
totally.
you put them both up, and you're like,
exactly.
Man, what's going on here?
You had Knight go down yesterday.
Yeah.
When I saw that, that's what I said to Steve. I says, you know what, man? I says, it's either my Bloomberg or it's yours.
Yeah.
I said, but this is what happens when markets are going to go south in a big way. Because picture something. You know, he has a platform that hundreds, or not thousands, of professional traders are trading.
Absolutely.
And I says, you know what's going to happen if they don't have multiple platforms?
Yeah.
They're going to be selling into this.
Yeah.
Are they going to say, no, what's going on?
Yeah. No. Absolutely.
It's wild, man.
Hey, you talk about some things going here to the cleaners. You got Air Pastel. They're down 30%. You've got
what's that symbol?
ARO. They're down.
This was a high flyer, man.
Yeah, you got the gun. Well, yeah, the gun guys, Sturm Ruger. They're trading off, and they did have volume early on. They're trading off about 12%.
That's because everyone already owns guns.
Weight Watchers is losing a little bit of weight this morning here. They're down 12%.
Look at that. That's an ABC down. Weight Watchers.
Yeah.
That's going to be another ABC down. You get. Yeah, it's already done 1.4 million, and you're taking out 700,000.
Yeah,
that's a good one. So that's if I even do it 60, if I do it the easy one, 46. So you got 14, 50, 40, 36. Amazing. Let's go to Fred in Aurora, Colorado. Hey, Fred, what's going on?
Hey, gentlemen, how's it going?
Going great, man. You having a good day out there?
Thinking about a stock, CCJ. I mean, it's been around a while. Actually, I'm interested in a Canadian one from around Halifax. They just settled a suit where they can start mining for uranium again. You know, it hit me that India, with their desire to be on the cutting edge technologically and all that, when they had their blackout, it was just a precursor of things to come. And I was looking at CCJ, wondering what you thought futuristically. I haven't heard uranium talked about very much at all on the show.
Well, with good reason, because the uranium bubble and pump and dump was about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And everyone lost everything. Right?
You don't see it coming back?
It's not that I don't see it coming back. Well, first, let's talk about CCJ. CCJ, folks, another great stock, okay? This is Cameco. Cameco is the largest producer of uranium in the world. They have this cigar mine that collapsed about a year and a half ago that hurt them in a big way, okay? And they're still basically building that thing back up. The buy on Cameco is down at the lows of $12. You know, we're into the bar from 2008, which is 22.62, and I just have patience, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tom, is there any way you can look at a CXZ? I really liked the CEO a while ago. His name was Morabito, and he moved on, and...
See, it's interesting. These are scams, okay? You know what's interesting, Fred? When you start talking about when you're saying that we didn't talk uranium, you got to understand something, okay? I know the uranium deal, the Jim Dines uranium deal, was the biggest scam in the world. That's the bottom line. Everyone lost a fortune. He got paid a fortune. Bottom line. Get out of the stock. Get the 18 cents back. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We're going to be right back, folks.
Are Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to tfnn.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to tfnn.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Time is the great equalizer of all mankind. Time doesn't care about winners or losers, who succeeds or fails. Time only cares that you played the game. Question: are you playing the money game? Is your money working as hard for you as you are for it? I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter service, and we're celebrating our 1-year anniversary. In year 1, we generated a 30% profit. Plus, I provided 26 hours of live coaching to my clients. My daily newsletter service is available by 8 a.m. each day and covers the stock, futures, currency, and commodity markets, along with all the current patterns that you can trade. Each newsletter is packed with education, and it's yours for as little as $3 per day. And for the next 30 days, you can try it risk-free. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage of TFNN.com and begin your journey to great wealth today. If you're waiting for a better tomorrow, remember this: today's tomorrow will soon be yesterday, and your clock is ticking. Mastering Probability. Now is your time.
Catch Kate Stalter on the Small Cap Roundup, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 a.m. Eastern. Up next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. And, folks, do yourself a favor, too, in the future. When you're getting bombarded with whether it's, the rare minerals, I was just talking to Fred about the uranium, and you're either getting this on the Internet and you're getting it from newsletter writers. What you want to do is, if you're getting it from newsletter writers, what you specifically want to do is make sure what they have to do is this. If, in fact, they've got paid off by stock in order to push a stock, on the back of whatever you get, it's going to say right there. And in Diane's case, it's right there. Okay, I happen to know it personally because when we do these hard asset shows, folks, we get approached all the time, flat out. The uranium deal, folks, was the biggest scam in the world. I just told Steve, I mean, they were so blatant on the uranium deal, they would go from person to person. I told this one guy to take a hike real quick. Yeah. I mean, because it was basically, you know, hey, you know, we'll give you a couple million shares. You know, we want you to do this, we want you to do that. It's like, you guys are out of your mind. And the way it goes, just so you understand, the way that it goes, if you do accept them, you can accept them, but all you have to do is put it in the back of the disclosure that I just accepted 3 million shares. The bottom line is that throw them out, folks.
Your euro. Somebody just put the euro back inside the toaster here, folks. So
toast it, roast it, get the cream cheese out.
Just be careful because the currency market
Look at this.
The currency market is you gotta keep your head around the currency market.
You do.
You know, I mean, we talk about king dollar, and that's obviously part of it, with the euro being the big
part
piece.
Of it.
Well,
part of it.
Hey, a king has to have a queen.
That's a beautiful thing.
And the queen here is absolutely, you know, was telling you, look, it was telling folks yesterday after the Fed came out, you know, and the markets were, you know, they first punched down, they came back. And all I did was went straight to the euro. Let me see what the euro is doing, because that is where the rubber meets the road.
No doubt. No doubt. I can't wait to be buying those Italian suits, man.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh, man, I'm telling you. You know, and folks, okay, there it is. I hope you went over to Nadix, opened the account, and basically sold the small caps. You can sold anything. Doesn't matter, because that's the end of it. That's the end of the dead cat bounce. And this is absolutely the classic replay. And what you, even if you're not trading out here, what you're going to get to learn here, which is really cool, is that listen to all the propaganda, but watch the charts. And you're going to be amazed how many shots you have at the market on a continual basis.
Yeah.
Okay? You know, it's amazing. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. And this was the same. I remember, you know, during 2008, there was one day, listen to this, folks, there was one day that the market actually ended up flat. Yes. And I made more money that day than I had made in a month. Yeah. Because what had happened is it was something like today. You know, the price swings were like 15 S&P points every 30 minutes. I remember sitting here. In fact, I only worked till about 11:30 because at 12 o'clock I went up to Angie. She's upstairs. I says, "Okay, honey, that's it. I'm calling it a day," because it was such a great day. I says, "You know what? That's it. Bang, I'm done. I'm going on the boat."
I love it.
It's crazy, but the market's acting like it just right. No doubt.
Yeah.
You stay right there, folks, because coming up next, we got Basil. Kate is a little bit busy today. Basil's going to be in for Kate, Newton, Massachusetts. Then we're going out to Larry Pesavento in Tucson, Arizona. Then Darryl Martin, Dallas, Texas. Back here with David White. Out to California, Ken Shreve, and then back here 4 to 6. And bottom line is that volatility in spades. Don't forget, folks, each and every trading day, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., all live content. You can get all of that content. Steve kicks us off. Just come over to tfnn.com. If you do happen to be in your car right now and it's the first time you've heard us, bottom line is just on your cell phone, just go to tfnn.mobi. And then once you get hooked onto the website, you can get Tiger TV, you can get the whole ball of wax.
That's right. Stay tuned. You're going to want to watch Basil's show, and you're going to want to watch where the DAX closes at 11:30. Right now, it is below its May 2nd swing point. That's our May 1st swing point. And, you know, pay attention to that, and pay attention to the euro today.
Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, all you Tigers and Tigresses, you have a great day out there. Have a safe day. And, of course, look forward to speaking to you right back here tomorrow morning.
Take care, folks.